Hello everybody, welcome to our monthly stream, but this is very special because this is the IFA stream where we will present you the 9 new Shelly devices. Thank you for your participation. But before start presenting devices, I want to show something. I want to show this OG which is behind me, and where we can see the old devices in the real time. New devices installed in the Shelly cloud. Each dot on the map is on the real time when somebody right now install a new Shelly devices in our cloud and activate it. It looks amazing, and basically if you come to our IFA booth, you will see a much more statistical information about the Shelly, how big we are, how many people daily using their devices, for what they're using their devices, how much energy these devices consuming, and basically something which is very interesting, how much solar energy is generated and measurement by Shelly devices. But okay, at the end of this stream and this presentation, I have one challenge for you. Just stay to the end because that's very interesting, and we can do something very interesting together with this wall and to see what happens, because we never tried and we can make it together. And now let's not wait anymore. Let's start with the stream and let's see the first devices and which is these exactly 9 devices which we'll release right now. All devices available on our website, and if you want to order them, you can go and do that right now. Okay, let's now show you the first 3 devices, one by one, which we release today. It's on the market, it's on our web shop, and you can order it right now. And let's start for something which I showed you a month ago. The first one, the first device, this is Shelly Mini One. Let's show you the Mini One. This is the smallest relay in the world. As you can see, the size is just like that. It's very small. Compared with the devices, is almost half of the devices. And this is Shelly One. Even if it's small, the only current which we can switch is half of the plus devices. But for the lighting and for some places where you didn't have so much space, the current is not so important to be 16 amps. 8 amps in the most cases is enough, and you can use this device without any other disadvantages, because you can see from the wiring diagram that there is a switch input, there is output, which is the dry relay output. This device, same as all other Shelly devices, can act as a Wi-Fi range extender. Just imagine this one can repeat your Wi-Fi network, and you can connect up to 5 devices next to it and use the internet from this device. It can act as a Bluetooth gateway, same as all other Shelly devices. It's have absolutely same the REST API supporting MQTT, JavaScripting, and everything is built into this really small device. The size, as you can see, is just 25 by 35 by 16 millimeter. Really is very small and can fit in every space. That's basically and also which is something which is very important, the price. We make mini devices in very affordable price compared with the plus devices. They are cheaper, a little bit cheaper, but really give you the same functionality of the Shelly Plus One, for example. And this is the first one. But it's not only what we do. The second device which we have, it's Shelly Plus 1 PM Mini. It's not only small, but also Shelly Plus 1 PM Mini has a power measurement. There is no dry relay, dry contact, of course. It's still 8 amps, but power measurement is built inside. You can see from the wiring that still there is a switch, there is output, and there is the power supply. And with this device, we can control in measuring up to 8 amps, which is almost 2000 watts. Same as the other device, the same features. I forget to say, but there is no screen. There is a over temperature protection. There is a over and under voltage protection. Is the same. And this device, if you need to put behind the socket and something which you want to measuring the power, it's just amazing. But I say 3, and there is something new which we didn't have before, and many customers asking for. This is still Shelly PM Mini, but what is difference? There is no relay. This is pure power measurement device. Many customers ask us in our Facebook page and on the forum, is it possible to have a device without a relay? Just measuring the consumption. They want to connect to the pumps, they want to connect to the fridges, and they don't want to risk that somebody maybe could switch the relay off. And for this one, we make a Shelly PM Mini. There is no relay, but it's a 16 amp. You can measuring up to 16 amps. It's perfect for the small solar system to measuring the power supply, because also device can measuring the energy on two-way, how much is incoming, how much is ongoing from the energy. It can be used also with the all other features of the Shelly devices, with this Wi-Fi range extender, Bluetooth gateway, basically everything. And there is no relay, but there is 16 amps. And I hope also the price is much better comparable with the EM series, because this device cannot store the energy if there is a internet outage, but otherwise can do the same job as a Shelly 1 PM without a relay, but 16 amps. And basically, yes, this is the series of our 3 first mini devices. More one in future will come. Sure, we're working on the 2 more mini devices in this series, and I'm sure that you will be happy to use them, because they're really small and really cute. Yeah, there is no smallest device. And also one of our QR members which test these devices also make it, which is we don't recommend it, but he make a demountable version of the holder. I didn't recommend, because first the plastic is not fireproof. The second one, device itself is not made to work in the breaker box. But in case that if you don't have space and you need to put something inside just to measuring, for example, the oven, if it's switched on and off, or the measuring the consumption, yeah, you can use also there. Okay, thank you very much. Let's see what is the next. And now I want to show you our new device from the Pro series, and this is the Shelly Pro EM. Similar to other to our old Plus EM, not Plus EM. It's a Shelly EM. There is a DIN mountable device which can measure the consumption from same phase on the two different circuits. It's coming together with the two 50 amps clamps. This device, it's you see that's Ethernet, everything which is for the Pro series. It stores 90 days data on it, and in case the internet outage, the device this data can be read after the internet connection is restored, and also the device automatically upload this data to the cloud. There is a relay. It's up to 5 amps relay, which you can control the contactor or another relay to switch it on and off based on the consumption. And this device is just the one more DIN mountable device for energy measurement series. Now we have a Shelly Pro 3M with different clamps. It's coming also Shelly Pro EM, which can measure the two phase. You can measure the two line on the same phase. Is nothing, I cannot say nothing else for this device, but many people asking for opportunity to have the device which not the three-phase, the single-phase device, and there is. It's this device is available, and you can order it right now from our web page. Okay, now is one new plus device. It's a dimmer, but not the dimmer as you expect, because this is the 0 to 10 volts dimmer, which we didn't have before in our products. Let me show you. Is there. The dimmer is the same size of the other plus devices. It's controlling 0 to 10 volts transformer. It's a Wi-Fi and Bluetooth equipped device with two inputs for manual control of the device. Also can act as all other Shelly devices, Wi-Fi range extender, Bluetooth gateway, the same APIs, everything, can simulate sunrise, sunset. This device will be available in our store from 20 September. How it works is there is a usual way and usual wiring. You can see the wiring on the screen. You have a we have a dimmer, the driver, 0 to 10 volts driver, you should control. You have an input, two inputs, and you have a power supply. The power supply is 220 volts, 110 to 220 volts. And then you can control any kind of the 12 0 to 10 volts driver. With a simple press, just a second to show you more. Yeah, we can switch it on and off, but not only. If you want, we can manually control the brightness. Unfortunately, maybe on the camera the brightness is not so visible how it's changed. Yeah, you can choose how fast buttons will react from the device web interface. And you can do everything the same as you can do with our Shelly dimmer, but here you can control 0 to 10 volts drivers for in your lighting system. It's really device which many people asking us before. Now is there, and soon will be available in our store, and you can order it to be part of your house smart ecosystem. Okay, and now I want to show you two new devices from our Bluetooth series. Let's show what first of them, and this is the Bluetooth gateway. If you have lots of Bluetooth device in your house, but you don't have so much Gen 2 devices of Shelly's, maybe you need additional gateway to connect your Bluetooth devices to the cloud and also to Home Assistant. To do that, we make a dongle, a small dongle, which could be powered in any USB power supply. This dongle didn't require the PC or nothing to work. You just plug in, and when you add this device to your Wi-Fi network on the usual way, same as all other Shelly devices through the web interface or through our application, this device starts working as a Bluetooth gateway. And of course, this device supports scripting, support all features of all other Shelly devices. You can use to forward the data to your local server, or you can use it also to connect devices, Bluetooth devices to our cloud. And that's all about the Bluetooth gateway. Basically, this device is able to run lots of bigger scripts because there is no relay, there is nothing. This is just a pure Bluetooth gateway. And if you need, you can place many in your house. Also, is very price efficient. That you can see on our website. You can order it right now. Just for example, a single of this device is enough to cover your apartment up to 60, 70 square meter apartment. If this is the house or store, maybe you need more than one. But with one device, we can cover up to 24 meter Bluetooth devices around. Okay, and I want to show the next one, the next Bluetooth device. And this is our new device from the Bluetooth series. This is the motion sensor. It's very small. It's very cute device, but very powerful. The battery is inside, which is important. Here you can expect up to 5 years battery life. Device is coming with the battery in. You didn't need to buy a battery, and it is 1000 milliamps coin battery. Also, the device is equipped with look sensors, which can be used to trigger your lights, for example, when the brightness in the room is not huge. Also, which is very important, it's using Bluetooth Home protocol. There is a beacon mode. If you want that the device is still alive, you can enable Bluetooth beacon mode and encrypt and receive the status every minute of the device. You can encrypt the data, same as all other Wi-Fi devices. And also the range is huge. It's 120 degrees and 12 meters from this device, the motion is detected. Probably from what we test is the close to 1 million motion events could be detected and sent to the cloud. How fast is it? Let's make one demonstration. I make a small script, but also you can use not only script, but you can use also a cloud connection, and there is not make the device slower. It's react definitely faster. But what I want to do first is I want to cover the motion sensors, because we need a little bit quiet space. Let's give me a second to find where is how to cover the device. Okay, maybe by that way it will be enough to cover the device. And let's power the Shelly 1 PM plus 1 PM with script, which detect the motion sensors, and if there is a motion, Shelly 1 switch it on. If there is no motion, the Shelly 1 is switched off. Absolutely same you can do with the scenes from our cloud. You didn't need to have a script into device. It depends on what you want. Also, which is important, we can set this script in more than one devices. And if there is a motion, so multiple devices can run simultaneously, which are very on the same time, which really is amazing. Okay, let's see. Now I remove but there is a motion. Unfortunately, no, this is not happens. This time, because device detect me that I'm there, for this one, I need really to cover it like that. And let's talk about the Bluetooth series. At the moment, we have a button. We have a door window sensors, for what you know, and also now we have a motion sensor together with the dongle. That's really make a very affordable and good security system if you want. Or you can equip your house with all kind of the sensors which can show that there is somebody in the house. All the Bluetooth devices support beacon mode, which means that you can make a script, or also from the cloud scenes, you can make scenes which detect the presence of your house, and based on that to control the heating or anything else. Okay, I think now it's enough. Let's try now what happens when I open the device. Yeah, as you see, immediately when the motion is detected, lights is going on. And the minimum time is 1 minute. Mean now, during this 1 minute, even though there is no motion anymore, for example, the device will not switch the lights on. The maximum times is depend of, you can set it from the application, and you can set up to 10 or 20 minutes after first motion detection. Now in a minute you will see that the device will be switched off, because the motion will report that there is no more motion detected. And this usual we can basically, there is a possibility to decrease the time in the future, but unfortunately this is mean that maybe the battery life will be affected. Could be, for example, not 5 but 3 years. But in case if you need this, you can do that. Even that by default is 1 minute is set up. Yeah, as you see, after 1 minute the lights is switched off. Let's try one more time. When I wake up and make a motion, immediately the whites is going on. Okay, now I want to show something which you're waiting for the beginning of the year, and this is Shelly wall display. Let's opening and unpack for you the wall display. When you open, you will see that the display is divided by two parts. The first part is display itself. This is the Android based device, and the second one is the power supply. Something which is important now, this version required neutral. We're working, and soon we will release also version without neutral. But unfortunately, this take a little bit longer time because nobody powered the Android device without neutral. We successfully do that, but take a little bit time for manufacturing. For this one, the no-neutral version will be available soon. But if you have a neutral, you can replace your existing wall switches. If it come in European switch, it's just perfect. When you wiring the power supply, there is a red white which showing that the device is powered correctly, and then you can stick the Android display next to it. And there is a screw which prevent device to fall from the wall when it's mounted. But I have here the already wired switch. As you can see, I just wired it for you to show how it works. And yeah, just give me a second to power the device. And we need to wait a little bit because Android is not boot so fast. Basically need about a minute. During that, I will tell you more about the devices. It's really high quality display with 700 by 700 pixels touch screen. There is a Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. You can use as a room controller, as a thermostat. There is a temperature, humidity, and brightness sensor in. I will show later there is a special patented relay touch control, which is very important because you do not need to look on the device to switch on off the lights. You just need to push with more than one finger or to swipe on it, which make the device really useful for the people which is not so not so much experience with the touch switches, controls, and everything. And also, which is important, as you can see, there is a, I can show the end. There is an input for the second switch. From this input, we can wire another a dummy normal switch if there is in the room, and you can control not only from the device, but you can control your lights also from from this switch. The device can switch up to 5 amps. It can act as a Bluetooth gateway as all other Shelly devices, and I will show later that there is a same web interface where we can reach, we can open, and you can set webhooks. You can use the Shelly APIs. You can set up and use in the MQTT to connect to the your local server or home assistant, for example, or something else. And yeah, this is the device is now is on. If I want to switch on the lights, I just need to push the screen with more than one finger, or I can swipe. And I really don't need to care about where is the button, because there is a button. If you want, we can switch from here, but also you can switch just like that. You can set up your favorites, what else you want to control in your house. And there is plenty of options. If you have, for example, RGB light or colorful bulb, by pressing like that, you can set the brightness, you can choose the color, you can do everything, and it really is working on real time, controlling these devices over the cloud or locally, directly connecting to the devices. If you have a roller shutter, it's work exactly on that way. During the night, this switch will the screen will automatically dimming if there is not lights in the room, which make up, let's say, the lights really the screen really comfortable. You do not need to switch it off, for example, or to switch off the screen. because there is also very special night mode which reduce the information on the screen which you can enable. There is plenty of settings where you can choose for the screen. Especially in these favorite screens, what we can do, you can add devices, you can add a group, you can add a scenes is whenever you want, and to access directly from the screen. This is for the home house. If you swipe on the left, there is all devices in the same room. You can access them, and yeah, for example, this is the switch here. There is a demo 1 p.m. which I switched off with the motion sensors. But yeah, like that, you can create also different kind of the scenes from the cloud and locally. Let me show you how this is work. Yeah, now I open the web interface of the device, and you can see that there is maybe I need to make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, to zoom in. Yeah, there is a settings same as all other Shelly devices, with a cloud, with MQTT, with outbound WebSocket. If you need to do that, you can use a TOS. You can update, upgrade. You can upload your special certificates if you need that. There is a authentication, same of the other devices, or other Shelly devices. If you go into channel, there's different settings, name, action for power on. There is actions, and for example, there you can write the action which is based, for example, from switches toggled on. Then you can execute some URL to control other devices, or you can add a local action to this device. There is a schedules which is executed locally. It's can be sunset, sunrise based, and you can switch on and off your lights based of time or based of the sun position. There is auto on-off timers. Basically, it's the same as almost same that other Shelly devices has for this one. And from the first screen, you can see there is a temperature, there is humidity, there is the illuminance. Basically, you can do webhooks and action based of this information. For example, for action, I can create an action which is depends of the temperature. For example, if the temperature is changed, let's say, for example, temperature changes threshold, conditions. Yeah, if the temperature is less than 20 degrees, you can switch on the relay, and you can use this relay to heat up the house. But if you want, we can control another device, not only this relay. You can just execute the usual HTTP action to another Shelly device, for example. Excuse me, I am not on my keyboard, and it's not going easy. Yeah, I can save this action. What is my action name? Okay. I can save it, and then this action will be executed every time when the temperature is going less than 20 degrees, for example. Let's go back on the device itself to show. Yeah, this is the back to display. There is a clock. There is a consumption in the room, and the device automatically showing the consumption in the room, humidity, temperature, and everything else. But really, it's something which can do a really amazing job. Also, if there is a scenes in the room, if there is groups in the room, you can control them automatically from this wall display. This about the wall display. Let's see the next devices. And now our last product for today, and this is the the Shelly Wave 2 PM. This device is same as Shelly, the Wi-Fi version of the Shelly Plus 2 PM, but using the Z-Wave technology. We continue working together with the Cubino to make more Z-Wave devices on a much better price and also with a much better features using the newest Z-Wave Plus 800 chipset, which give options for the customers which prefer to use Z-Wave technology and still they have a Z-Wave hub in their homes to extend their network. It's the same function of Shelly Plus 2 PM with one exclusion: this device cannot be switched as a roller shutter. Soon we will release also the shutter version of Plus 2 PM. Probably will not Plus 2 PM, will be Shelly Wave shutter. Unfortunately for the Z-Wave it's not so flexible and you cannot switch the profile of the devices same as the Wi-Fi version of the devices. And this device here, there is a 2 inputs, 2 outputs, 10 amps each, up to 16 amps for the device. There is an over temperature and over consumption protection. Basically the very similar feature with the device which you know, but using the Z-Wave technology. It's available, can be ordered right now, and I hope you will be very happy with the price and the features which we doing with all kind of the Z-Wave devices. This is the third one. We have a Shelly Wave 1, Shelly Wave 1 PM, now it's Shelly Wave 2 PM, and more of them is coming and some will be available on the market. Okay guys, and yeah, there is a just a second to reload my screen behind me. Okay, I will check now the questions to answer a few questions, but before that there is a challenge. As I say, this map is real. It's coming on real time, and it's not only showing the devices which is installed at the moment over the world, but also showing any flood and fire event which is detected from Shelly devices. Let's try. We never tried that. Maybe that will not happen, but we don't know what will happen. But let's try, everybody of you which has a flood sensor to activate it. Just to put on a metal plate or in the water and activate it, because I really want to see this map, the full of the water sensors which report the events. Probably you can do that with the Shelly Smoke, but the main problem is that then there will be some sound, which is a noise, which is around. For this one, I propose to do that with the foot sensor. And I go to check the questions, and feel free to make this map behind me blue. Yeah, for what I see, there is some events already on the map. Yeah, sounds interesting. Together with the new devices which installed almost every few seconds. Okay, sounds, yeah, looks interesting. I'm happy that so many people will participate. Just to tell to everybody that you know that yesterday we launched the enrollment for the new the second JavaScript course. The first one, the first 400 students, it's enrolled a month ago, and it's going very well. Now they're looking for advanced course, but we prefer first to make one more basic course, and then the people which want to participate in advanced one, that will be this course will be released before end of the year. But yeah, you can check, and really with JavaScripting you can do so many things with the Shelly devices, and this is only devices in the mass production which allow for every customers to develop the to develop additional features, to connect devices to different systems, to read different sensors. Okay, from what I see, there is not so many float events. Maybe I can tell, maybe there is a limitation because this flow will be a trio time will be shot in during the our IFA event in our booth, and there will be more information on the screen. And maybe our developers limited. I didn't ask them. I just decided to try and to test what will happen if there's so many float events and what will happen. This was continue. I will switch back first about the questions. I see the first questions and the much more question about the Matter. As I promised beginning of the year, we're working on the Matter and all devices, the Gen 2 devices, we will have a Matter support. Of course, Matter required a little bit different firmware, and the customers may need to switch to a different firmware to support the Matter devices. Also, for the new devices for the next year, we have our new Shelly chip, which allow these devices to be Matter compatible without changing firmware. But now we need to change the firmware. You need to change the firmware. Where we are, because there is so many devices, this is not a single device which to make it Matter compatible. There is a relays with power measurement, without power measurement. There is a bulbs. There is a bunch of devices, and to want to certify all of them together, this takes time. From what I see and when I look at the development, probably end of the year we will be ready with the Matter support, and then we can use all devices with with Matter protocol. To be honest, that's for what I see, that will not be any kind of the advantage for you, because except the Home Assistance HomeKit support, devices anyhow is at the moment is supported from all major systems: Google, Alexa, and Home Assistant and other local hubs. And in this case, the Matter will not give us anything on top. I think it's opposite. You limited the devices because the Matter protocol itself is very limited, and you do not have these features like webhooks. We don't have auto on off on the device side. We need to do that only in your Matter controller. But anyhow, they were working on that, and all devices will be Matter compatible. For the new customers, especially for inclusion, it's definitely easier. I think that it's anyhow now is not a problem and not a challenge to include the devices, but okay, Matter will help. This is about the Matter. Our target is end of the year to have it. About other question which I see about the Zigbee and etc. and threat, I don't think that could help out. For example, just imagine the Zigbee device, which could check the device itself, could check the weather information with the scripting. This is completely not possible because the Zigbee, for example, is not IP-based protocol. Even with the threat, even this is IP-based, it's a local protocol, and you cannot expect from these devices to have so much features easily to go in their web UI to set up whenever you want. For this one, for us, the Wi-Fi is the best technology because you really are very flexible to change the device firmware to via the web interface, to change the settings, to make a decision to add some to use the webhooks or to connect your servers through the outbound WebSocket. It's something which other protocols didn't support it. About the Z-Wave, yeah, we decided and we work on the Z-Wave because there is plenty of houses which still using the Z-Wave, and they need it, and they need the new devices. They need something which is different, and to work on this direction. Also, there is at the moment, unfortunately, there is not so many innovation players, and we work on that. And as I say, very soon we will be able to mix Z-Wave and Wi-Fi devices on the same application without buying the expensive controller. This is something which also working for. Yeah, and there is so much more. At the moment, our pipeline to end of the year is more than 10 devices, which we will present at the end of the next month and after that. And if you have any other questions about the support, you can ask everything in our Facebook support group, our forum, or you can contact our support. That for us, we try to answer fast and immediately for every request. And thank you to one more time for participating. Some of the products just now, the guys from the web shop tell me that some of the products is not placed because there is a technical time. But that will happen in the next few hours, that you can check, and I hope that you will be happy with the all new devices and what we do for this month, what we're ready to release and what we release during the summer months. And everybody is invited in IFA in Berlin. Come there, you can see the devices, you can touch them, you can see our staff there, you can talk with us. And yeah, my fight is tomorrow morning. Okay, thank you very much. Have a good night.